Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. We are happy to be here with you guys. Hopefully you guys are staying warm. I know it's cold a lot of places across the U.S. and like we're in the 20s here in North Florida even. Not right now, but we're in the 30s right now. We're getting down to 20 tonight. So my name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I am joined by my co-host, Sonny, Las Vegas. Below me, they have both been on before, but we will throw their links up in case you don't know them, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We have Brad from Black Sheep Society and Miss Lissette, New England Betty Boop. So I'm going to make them big, let them introduce themselves. Get your questions in early so we can make sure we answer them. And here is Brad.
Thanks so much for having me on, Kat. My name is Brad. My wife, Tanya, and I sell on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. We have our own site, and we are everything sellers, but we specialize in Playmobil. We're actually the #1 sellers of used Playmobil on eBay, and happy to be here tonight.
Perfect. Here's Lissette.
That's awesome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me back, Kat. I appreciate you. My name is Lissette, New England Betty Boop in all the places. I am selling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. I just signed up for District. I'll be doing that, and I drive Uber. So we're here. I'm in Massachusetts. It's nice, a nice warm 11 degrees with about 22 inches of snow. Thankfully, the power is still on, but I hope you're all staying warm, and thank you for being here.
Perfect. Oh, and they were asked, what do you sell mainly? Somebody asked.
Everything. Me, I sell everything. I love selling plush. I love vintage, but I sell everything. I'm an everything seller. I'm actually getting ready to go on the marketplaces, Facebook, and things like that. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's see. We're going to start off with Elena sent us a super chat and said, good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. My sinuses started draining, so I started coughing. So I have a cough drop in my mouth if I look like a crazy person. That is why. And it's a weird one that numbs my mouth and I feel weird. But all right, here's your kitty cat.
It's so cute.
Yeah, we had like so many cats the one week. That's where that came from. Constant said, hi, Kat, Sonny, and guests. I got a newish Samsung Galaxy phone and do not see the square option in the camera. So do you have advice for pics?
There is a square option. It's 1-to-1 ratio. I have a Samsung too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Team Samsung.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 4 dots. When you go into,
and then it says 1-to-1.
Yeah, when you go into the photo, it's those 4 little dots there. Click that. And then it's the 1:1, and that'll give you square mode.
Let's see. Miss Linda said, when watching fellow eBay sellers' YouTube channels, what do you look for that keeps you coming back to their channel, and what irritates you about some channels? She's not asking for names.
Brad froze a little bit.
So you can say what you like about some channels, what keeps you watching, and what you don't like.
Yeah, so what I like about channels, I'm not watching it so much to learn as anymore as I am just accompanying me while I work. And so I like videos that have, the person's talking in them. A good example would be like a guy like Kevin, Commonwealth Picker. His flipper videos, he keeps me company while I pack in the mornings. And so I really tend to enjoy channels that go that route, kind of educational slash entertainment wise. Yep.
Me?
Yeah. You go after him every time.
Yes. Okay. Got it. So I love interaction, moving around. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but definitely anything that irks me, I wouldn't even stay on the channel. So the ones I watch is because I'm learning from them. I'm always learning. I love learning new brands, what to look for, different places to source. So Yeah, I just enjoy the interaction and the involvement and what they're able to teach and quick ways to do things, stuff like that.
I like long-winded videos when I'm listening, just like Brad does. I think Commonwealth Picker, when I'm thinking of him, his videos, I like watching. He does have interesting things that he finds, and I do come across some of them. But I also like the ideology behind it that I'm listening to when I'm working at the same time. And for myself, when I am able to sit down and watch, I like things to be at a pace to where I could see what they're talking about and not just it sweeping across, and it's almost like they're kind of hiding and not confident in what they're showing. And I like more of that pace. I'm also a student of everything. I love looking at everything. And I think if there's a balance to where it's a nice smooth pace, that's for me. But some people like the loud and excitement and the gasping for every and any little thing. For me, I don't. I like it calm and simple and relaxing at the same time.
Yeah, so for me, I don't have time. I haven't watched reseller content in years. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have time. For me, when I was watching them, I do not like the long-winded storytelling. I like those that get to the point and tell me what I need to know.
Right.
Again, no names. But typically I've always been really short on time, even when I had the time to watch reselling content. So I kind of want to get to the meat of everything. And that's how my videos are. Like you'll find I very rarely ramble a ton. I just say what I have to say and keep going. And I don't have the patience to watch like the thrifting videos because again, I want to like, what did you find? What is it worth? I want to get to the meat of it. And watching thrifting videos makes me want to go thrifting, which I don't need to do because I have too much inventory. So that was another reason for me. But before I was full-time, I would put YouTube on while I was driving. And that was my main YouTube time, was an hour to work and an hour home. So I had 2 hours to watch videos, 4 days a week. And now I rarely leave the house. So I don't have that time, which is what I use I'm always multitasking. So I was, watching videos while I'm driving, not completely, but that's where the thrifting too, where the talking ones and educational ones were better because the thrifting ones I have to watch. We used to have a TV out here. It actually, I think lightning hit it, and we would have it up sometimes in here. But I typically don't do a ton of stuff out here in the shed. So I'm inside watching. Miss Karen says, how can bubble wrap be so confusing? There's 3/16, 5/16, and ½ inch. When do you use which one? That's a good question. I don't think we've got that question before. I think that's a good question.
Yeah. So I would say it depends on what you're shipping and how much protection it needs. For most people, if you're not selling things that are breakable necessarily, probably the 3/16, the smallest bubble you can get, is the best. And then if you need to fill up more space and protect it a little more, with more space between the object and the edge of the box, probably like a 5/16 or a ½ inch would do. I tend to typically use the 3/16. And then I actually, I don't try to use bubble wrap as void fill. I actually have an air pack machine that makes like a 3x6 bubble or something that I use for void fill. So yeah, if you're just for most things, probably 3/16 is fine. If you're needing more protection around it, more space between the box and the item you're packing, probably use a bigger bubble wrap or a combination of the two.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it just like Brad said, it depends on what you have. The smaller items, I honestly would wrap it once in a smaller bubble and then with the bigger bubble and then the packing paper around it. And with the bigger items, I'll wrap it with the bigger bubble with the extra packing paper. Nothing. Yeah.
The 3/16 is a smaller cell bubble. The probably the thinnest one we all come across. There are some super micro small ones. Those would be I use some of that for even jewelry to wrap around. If I have a customer that just bought one and not several, to put it in a box. I'll just wrap it up with bubble wrap, like a thin sheet. Usually I have some on my desk right here, like a thin little strip of bubble wrap, the 3/16, wrap it up, put cardboard, and then throw it in polymailer. But with the 5/16, that's going to be to your medium size. I would say maybe some mugs or cups that you feel still sturdy on its own, but needs some protection and doesn't need that much of a gap in between, which the 1/2 inch would be where you want a lot of space in between where it has that protection. Think of it if you bounced your box of whatever you want to ship, and if it falls, is that bubble wrap going to support to and from the exterior of the box to the item and not have it kind of hit into it and break? So usually this reminds me of the 1/2 inch would be one that I would always buy glass from him when he had Tim over the years. He oftentimes uses this thick bubble wrap. And when you get his boxes, it'll be something like, say this, let me show this off, this Baccarat glass figurine. He would not use a 1/2 inch for this. He would probably freak out, but probably wrap it for like 5 layers and then cardboard it and then double box it. So it's not just bubble wrap that you're using things for. You also want to double box valuable items, but it all comes with how good you are at wrapping things. I've done some amazing things, never had issues. You can't just be sloppy about it. You got to have respect for everything that you do to get it to the new customer.
So the 3/16 is the small, 5/16 is what I call my big
Medium.
bubble, because I find I get more out of the 5/16 to the 1/2 inch, and they're really close. So I use only 3/16 and 5/16, and we wrap everything, no matter what it is, in small bubble first. So small bubble goes around the item to protect it. Then we put if it's something heavy, like everybody was saying, the 5/16 goes on top of the small. So like Sonny was saying, we wrap most of our, like that would have, and that's an important thing too, guys. If you have stuff like vases, you need to stuff it so the inside has some kind of support inside of it. Before you ship it. So like that vase for me, we'd stuff it full of paper or bubble wrap, whatever. Like we recycle the paper, and then we do small bubble wrap, then big bubble wrap. We've just added in paper. Before we were using bubble wrap for fill. That got expensive. So now we've switched to paper, and instead of the roll, I've got the sheets because we can actually lay them. There's some paper right there. We're almost out. I had to order some more. Because I've been selling so much on Whatnot and the collectibles. Like we went through 4 wraps, four roll. We went through 1,000 feet of bubble wrap on Monday, yesterday. Wow. To give you an idea. And like Tyler's having to make multiple trips to the post office, which is not a bad problem to have. It's not a bad problem. But yeah, so, and Patty's right. So we've started doing paper, small bubble, and if it's not a heavy item, then we would put paper around it again. But for the other stuff, we're doing paper, small bubble, big bubble, and paper. We do a lot. If it breaks, those I don't buy, the ones that Brad's showing, but I buy so much from online auctions and get it shipped to me. I have a ton of them that I reuse. So we always reuse our packing paper, our bubbles like he has. I have been a crazy person on Wayfair and Temu lately and been buying furniture that I have to assemble. I have a desk on my porch right now that I don't think I'll start it tonight. But we got tons of the sheet styrofoam in those with the furniture because they separate the pieces with that sheet styrofoam. That's all up in our loft. And we've kept I kept every single piece of that styrofoam, and we've used a lot of it. And I think for pictures, that sheet styrofoam is perfect. Again, I don't think I would buy it, but if I'm reusing it, I think it's excellent for it.
Yeah. I was going to say, this was actually, I bought one of the machines to make this. Probably one of the best $140 I spent. It's great for void fill. It's super lightweight, and you can just use it.
So it's $140 for the machine, and then what how much? What do you buy? Like a roll of plastic wrap that it fills with air?
Yeah, I think a roll of this, it's like 1,000 something feet, and I think it's like 1995 maybe. I'd have to look at that, so don't quote me on
And
that.
do you have to like hold it? Do you have to make each bubble, or does it do it and just spit it out?
No, it does it. You put the roll on the machine. I've got like a super huge tote that I put underneath it. I'll turn it on, like usually
What's
on
it
Sunday.
called? I might get that. I think we could use that thing.
It's mine's just a Vevor air pack machine, I think is what it's called.
I'm gonna look.
It's like super cheap. You can probably find it on eBay. I think that's where I bought mine a couple years back. But yeah, I turn it on and let it fill up a whole big tote. And whenever I keep it over my shipping station, and when it runs out of bubbles, I just roll it over or slide it over the machine and fill the tote back up again. So I haven't had as much luck with the bubble wrap version of it. I would say just skip that. It's probably a waste of time. But void fill, these are awesome. So.
Yeah, and I feel like go through so much, and it's good when I bought a bunch of auction lots and we have a bunch of those and, like paper, but when we don't, we're using so much like new stuff. Those would work, I think, very well. What do you think is the ideal length of a video to keep people engaged? Look at that thing, Vevor.
Yeah.
How the heck does it work? We need a demonstration.
I was looking at it too. Like, how does
I was going to say, let's do a demo.
You turn it on.
We'll come back, Miss Linda. Okay, we need a demo.
Well,
oh wait, not all. What am I doing? I meant to make. You're going big. Okay, show us how this thing works.
Yeah, so you would have to plug up and heat up, but once it does, you can see the roll just slides over the little nozzle here, and you kind of set it to how stiff you want the packaging to be. Like if you want a really stiff bubble, you just set that air higher, hit the start button, and it just pulls it through and spits out bubbles on the other side.
Oh, that's cool. I think we're gonna all be going together.
We're all gonna go buy it. Hey, hold on. I'll put a link for that. Already. Hold on. I'm gonna make a link right this second because it's on sale for $169, brand new from Amazon.
Does it come with it comes with a starter roll?
I don't know. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm multitasking here. I'm trying to find me so I can put the link in the chat. Hold on. Whoa. Oh, yes, the show is going. Can somebody type in the chat and tell Carrie to refresh if she's not getting live feed? There is the link for that thing. Yeah, it says it's on sale. Oh yeah, it comes with a 328-foot roll, Lissette.
Oh, good. That's great.
All right. It says the coupon price right now is $169. There's only 12 left in stock. Beware.
And there's a bunch of different
but here's
brands.
Another brand that's only $128.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I bet they're all about the same.
Yeah, and if you'll watch them, you can find
before I pick a price.
Yeah,
I found one for 107. I just got to keep scrolling. I found one for 107.
Yeah, mine was 139 when I bought it, so 139.95 or something like. I actually
think
found
I'm
it on
gonna
eBay.
buy the 107 one and just do it.
Just check. Make sure it comes with the wrap. It might
There's not much to it, so I mean, I can't imagine even a cheap one. I would imagine would work pretty well. So
300 meters free. That's 1,000 feet. Oh, and they have it used for 95. No, I'm just going to buy it new for 107. I'm not going to be that cheap. Okay, buy it now. Hold on, I'm buying this machine.
And if it doesn't work,
January for me, so I have to wait till February.
The only one I officially endorsed was the Vevor. So if it doesn't work, you can't be mad at me, Kat.
I'll send it back. You know what the cool thing is? I have to tell you guys, and I don't know if I can make a link for it. And I think that this is pertinent. Amazon it's like $12 a month, and it covers everything you bought on Amazon. So like my vacuum, and it doesn't matter how long you've had it, it will backdate purchases. If you bought a TV on Amazon, like I have an expensive, it's like a Roomba, but it mops and vacuums. Every single thing you buy on Amazon is covered by this warranty. So like if I get that machine and it keels out in a year, I just file a claim and they put a credit to my Amazon account. Like our vacuum all of a sudden wasn't wanting to work right. I sent it back and they gave me $100 like credit and I bought a new vacuum, and it's $12. I think I buy enough on Amazon and it covers any like mechanical or electric thing that you get. So like air purifiers, yeah, but see, I don't want to look on Temu because I want it on my Amazon warranty thing. That's why I bought it on Amazon.
Right.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to get Miss Linda's question since I popped it up and teased her. Then we've got a super chat from Saries that we'll grab next. Miss Linda wants to know, what do you think is the ideal length for a video to keep people engaged?
Oh, wow. I would think it really depends on the person and how engaging they are. Someone who's much more engaging can hold your attention longer. Most people should probably follow the rule of, if you can say it in 2 minutes, don't take 20 minutes to say it. But most people aren't going to follow that rule. I don't know. As long as it's engaging. But like I said, most of the time when I'm watching, I'm actually working and it's background noise. I am paying attention, but it's background noise. So I'm probably not the best one to answer the question.
I mean, I have made a few videos. My content's kind of like mixed. I say 20 minutes, 25 minutes have done better. But it depends. When I watch them, like the other day I was watching Kayla and Matt, and it was like an hour video. It didn't even seem like an hour video, but I was working and watching, and it was, so it depends. I don't think there's any.
I say learn how to be more of yourself. A lot of times we critique ourselves making our content and hearing ourselves, and they try to change it. Accept your little mistakes and share it and let people learn more about who you are and how your growth is coming along, rather than, I say, looking like you got it all figured out. Then why do I need I can't give you any input. That's how I see it. I've been doing this next month, creating content for 9 years. I've never given up. And it wasn't until just a few days ago, my videos really started kicking off through all of the platforms. One got recently 335,000 views, got me in almost 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then Facebook is like another 400,000. A handful of videos, and it was
short, right, Sonny? Was it short or was it?
They're short, and even my long videos is. I'm finding that it's just when what people are commenting about me and what they're enjoying is that they could laugh with me and also at me, and I get to enjoy, like, yeah, I made a mistake. I shared that it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But I think I've learned more about myself creating content than I would say probably more people have learned about me. But I think I'm in my comfort zone now more than ever, to where people really get to experience like how I thrift and what do I look for and how do I do it that fast. Again, it's been like almost 9 years. So don't expect for you to have everything figured out right now. I like content to where I feel like the person is being genuine, that they are being who they are at their best and worst moment, to admit like, maybe this isn't a good buy. Should I get it? Should I not? It's not really fishing or filtering content to make it long. It's just, okay, you are asking questions, but it's not more for yourself or to others. It's more about yourself. Speaking to yourself, but speaking out loud. So I just like it. I like people being real. And if I could sense it, then like, you really got me in, and I'll be a fan of you till forever, pretty much.
Yeah, and I really think it depends. Like Sonny was saying earlier, he liked the long form, but it depends. Like a lot of times it'll depend on mood. Cause like I had an hour ride, so I didn't really care. I was okay with the longer videos. But if it's informational, I would rather it be kind of short and sweet and get to the point. So I think a lot of it's going to depend on your audience, because like shorts do so well. And I think the majority of people that are watching shorts is like a younger audience, or like me, like laying down to bed, I'm watching shorts and flipping through that. So I think like you can be successful with different lengths. It just really depends on what kind of video and what you're trying to convey. I feel like the funny stuff is better like as a short, like the little clips, but educational as long as it takes. And if it takes, like I've had some that ran an hour and I'm like, crap, like I didn't mean them to, but in order to get the information I needed to, they took that long. Mine average between 20 and 30 minutes is what mine are. And I figure if you think about like a series on TV, most of those are 30 minutes to an hour, not counting the commercials. So that's probably 20 to 40 minutes if you take out the commercials.
The great thing about content now too is that you have analytics on everything. If you want it based on actual numbers of your audience and you want to chase that and work on that, you can. That's a lot easier than what I do. I don't wing it. I just enjoy myself to find things and try to make it enjoyable at the same time. I'll take out long like pause moments of where nothing's really happening. If I can't stand to watch that for myself, why would I make you watch that? Is another thing. So I guess that's also a good thing that I spoke out loud about, is that ask yourself, would you watch this? And if you're watching, would that answer maybe some questions? Or can I add one more thing? A voiceover is also pretty powerful when you don't have the time at the moment to speak about the item, and then later on, like, this is what's going on with the voiceover. Stick around to the end. That could be a hook if you want to have them watch the end. But with social media, you could easily go to the end. And then now, are you really going to go back and forth? So I try not to do that myself, to say stick around to the end, but it happens at times.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like, you want people to stay watching, so that it's kind of like a give and take on that. Sorry said, I sell a lot of high-end glass items. Sonny, I know you do too. Do any of us add a handling fee for the breakable items? She said her feedback is awesome on all of her shipping. She goes above and takes pride in shipping.
I don't. If I'm going to do extra, I have it baked into the cost already. But I know a lot of people do handling fees and do well with it. So it's preference.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. I don't do handling fees either. I do calculated shipping. If it's a glass item, I don't sell anything really high end or super big. But if it's fragile, I just make sure I pack it well. It's not breaking. I haven't had an issue as of yet. So, but no, I do not charge a handling fee.
No, I just item shipping costs, and even when it's high value, very valuable items, regardless if it's glass or not, I cover the insurance for it. If it's obviously more than 100, it would be high value. But don't take away from that, folks. $20 is just as valuable for an item somebody's buying as somebody would for $1,000. The value is entirely different. It's just a different monetary value when it comes to that.
Yeah, I don't do handling fees because I don't like paying them. But I'm not gonna buy something that's a pain in the butt to pack unless there's enough profit in it that I feel like it's worth it to, to pack it. So I do not either. Oh, I have to find something. I'm gonna do my octopus. Here you go. Oh, another super. Oh, look, Tommy's in the house. Buffalo Picker. Hey. I saw your Barbie video popped up for me the other day. I saw it, and your show. I'm gonna come in. I'm like, I'm gonna come in to the podcast. I think is it Sundays? I think it's Sundays, right?
Yes. Sunday at 7:30.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Tommy said, hey, everyone. Happy New Year, Reseller family. Kat, Betty Boop, Sonny, and Mr. Brad. If you guys don't follow Tommy, definitely give him a follow, Buffalo Picker. He does a lot of retail arbitrage and toys and stuff, so like completely different from me. So if you want to learn some new stuff, that's a great one to follow.
And he's the Barbie King.
Yeah, the Barbie King. I'm gonna give him Sonny. He probably hasn't seen Sonny yet. Here we go.
Oh gosh. Give myself whiplash.
Oh boy.
We have to have fun with this, right? We have to have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
All right, let's see. Mary says, do you do international shipping on Etsy? They don't seem to have the same safeguards as eBay.
Can you hear me? My screen's frozen.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Well, I'll answer that with, I don't sell on Etsy. So
Pass it on, because I don't sell on Etsy either.
Same here.
So they do have the same safeguards, because I had an issue with an Etsy order and Etsy paid the buyer. Oh, Brad, you're frozen on mine too. So we don't see you moving. You're frozen, but we can hear you.
Oh, there you
you're
go.
moving. So Etsy does, and at least the one that I had an issue with, they covered it. Something arrived broken, and I kept my money, and they gave the buyer a refund. So in my experience, they do, and everything goes that I've done, and I don't. It might be the settings I chose, but my stuff goes to Etsy Hub, just like eBay's International Hub first. So I don't know if that's why they do it, but maybe you can choose to do it or not do it. I'm not sure. So maybe if somebody knows more about Etsy, if there's more than like one way to ship internationally, let us know. What would you do if you found out a reseller in your area stole your name and added the word vintage to it? So like if somebody did the vintage nurse flipper and that person was in Florida too. So if somebody did that, what would you do?
Drive to their house and have a come to Jesus meeting? No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think, as long as they're not claiming to be you or trying to do anything fraudulent in that manner, I don't think there's much you can do except be better than them. You
Yeah,
can most definitely confront them.
I wouldn't even bother. Let them have it. That's if they want to. I would take it as a compliment, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. For me right now, I feel like pissed, but at the same time, I was like, why? I
Las
gotta
Vegas,
focus
Vegas.
on- They would spell it SUNNY, Las Vegas. Like, I feel like at a moment I would be pissed off, but then I'd like, there's so much other things I got to focus on that, just let it go, I guess. But if it's really something that you're working on as a business, I would get a copywritten, your name, and I would also maybe copyright other names around it. And if you want to go that far, you want to get your like own URL name and have other websites covered. We talked about this probably 2 months ago with Kat on here, that if you're going to start your business, get every platform under that name right now. Don't tell anybody about it. Secure it, even if you're not going to use it even years from now, but you want that name, just have it in the bag.
Yeah. Can I mention something? Speaking of names,
Yeah.
using the name. So if when you first had me on, was that like, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, right? Something like that. 4 years.
I've been doing the show for over 5.
So I met you 3 years ago in South Carolina.
In South Carolina,
So that was the year before I was on, I think. Yeah. So when you remember, I had Posh is My Purpose and New England Betty Boop, because I started on Poshmark. And I never,
I remember.
And I always had 2 Instagrams, because I had Posh is My Purpose and I had my original New England Betty Boop that I always had. So I never thought that making it one really made a difference, but it did. And I just wanted to thank you. And I did it. So I have both my Instagrams. So New England Betty Boop, and I'm doing a few other things with my reselling, thrifting, like picking up people. So I'm working on that. So that second channel is New England Betty Boop Road Tripping. So I just wanted to thank you for that and say that out loud, because I really didn't think it made a difference, but it does.
Yeah, I think it does. And
if you want longevity and, I think so.
Yeah. So for me, 5 years ago, I would have been pissed off and went on a rampage. Today, I don't care. They're not me. I'll tell you though, just from because when I scheduled the live looking for Brad and Lissette, there are multiple New England Betty Boops and there are multiple Black Sheep societies.
Yeah.
There's really only one though. Let's be honest. There's really only one.
The problem is that as far as let's say if you or them are choosing the name, if somebody put the vintage nurse flipper and somebody search for them, they're never going to find them. I'm going to come up because I have 127,000 followers and they have 1,000. So that's the problem with picking a name, is whoever has the most followers is who's going to come up. So whoever they're copying is going to come up, not them. But me, like, if they're not using like my likeness, like my picture or something like that, I don't care. Now, if they are using my likeness, then I would have an issue, and they're trying to portray me and like scam people, you know, things like that. Then I would go after them. But if they're just doing it to do, I mean, because there are other nurses that flip. Like, who am I to say that I'm the only nurse flipper?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, that's probably the kind of thing that happens more like on Facebook than like YouTube, right?
Mm.
No, I mean, think how many channels there are. When I was trying to think of like name, like there are probably millions of channels. So finding a name that nobody else has is not an easy task per se, especially something that's memorable, which is what you want when you're making a channel name.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all to do it.
But as far as
So
them trying to trick people is probably more of a Facebook thing, right? I mean, like
no,
they're trying.
I've had them do it in my YouTube. I've had
Yeah.
them do
Oh,
it in my
wow.
YouTube and steal my picture and come in my comments, and I have to hide them from my channel.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah, I've had that. And I mean, I just hide them from my channel because that's blocking their access to my followers, at least on YouTube. And I get people on Facebook doing that too. Like I hate to say old men, but most of it is like old men pictures or military men pictures that are commenting back to all the ladies, hey, I'd like to get to know you. And I'm like, get the F off my page. I mean, I just block them.
So when you looked at me, was it New England Betty Boop road tripping? I think that was me. And then New England Pashas, that's also me.
I don't remember. I think I looked for both of you. I went to your Instagram and you had it linked and I clicked that. I think is how I got it. Or no, I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. But I remember there were multiple of both because I had to like look through. But once you get so many followers, you're going to be you're the first one that comes up.
Yeah.
It's just in the beginning, like when I would tell people my name, the nurse flipper wouldn't come up. Now it will. But when you first start and don't have many followers, you almost need to provide people a link or maybe think about getting a QR code if you're a newer channel, because it's going to be hard for people to find your channel on YouTube without like a direct link to it is the hard part.
I think at this point, everybody should have a QR code.
I know. Who was it? Somebody at the antique fair had a QR code on their shirt. I should do that.
Yeah, that's cool. I still have my shirt with you and my cutie.
Oh, Dalton, my It Will Fit shirt.
Gosh. I love that shirt. I stopped wearing it. I stopped wearing it because it's I don't want it to fade.
Getting faded. I know. Well, I got rid of some because I had a ton of them, but I've lost so much weight now. They're like way too big. So I know Chad, I think Wolfman's Goodies is the only one I've got like in my new size. The rest of them were all too big.
You should have sold them on Whatnot.
Some of them, I sold Kevin's mug on Whatnot. He even signed it for me and I sold it. I don't care. I was cleaning my shelf and I'm like, I don't drink coffee, and I'm like, why do I have all these coffee mugs? Right. And I've got I'm looking over there. I've got Ethan's, which I love Ethan, but it'll probably be the next to go. I'm decluttering, and we had to clear out. Trish will be coming to my house. So we're going to start inventory. She'll be coming this weekend. And so I had to clear out my spare bedroom. And when Shannon helped me declutter the house, I found out a lot of the decluttering went into bags, and every piece of clothing in there was way too big for me. I was like, nothing would fit anymore because we cleaned it last year. So, yeah. And the desk that's on my porch I bought for Trish. So, because she has her List Perfectly work that she does remotely. And I'm like, no, she needs a desk in her. So I brought Trish a desk for her room at my house. And I bought curtains and now that's going to make me want to go do stuff and get it ready, but I'll do it tomorrow. All right. Let me make sure no super chats. No. Okay. I wanted to put this up there. Karen said, thanks for the Etsy video and tip. She turned a sale on today, which I've been doing. And she had a sale in 30 minutes and I haven't been having as many Etsy sales, but I've had like a $400 sale, a $300 Etsy sale. I've had like all these higher dollar Etsy sales. So I'm still getting regular sales, just not as many. I think the first time I put it, I probably grabbed a bunch of people that had been watching my Etsy items. Maybe that's why the like really, immediate flood, but we're still getting good sales with it.
Do any of you sell on Depop?
I still have listings up there, but I listed for a couple weeks and I saw like one sale and I ended up stopping because I didn't feel it was worth my time.
Right.
I don't know if anybody, Sonny, you're not selling static right now anywhere yet, right?
Nope.
Brad, are you selling anywhere but eBay?
Poshmark, Mercari. I have a district site called Playmoville. So there. And yeah, I think that's the big three: Mercari, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark.
And I'll spoil my video for tomorrow. I just got out of Poshmark jail 5 minutes ago. I was suspended.
What?
But if I do what I need to do, I'm going to be in Poshmark jail for 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
And so I don't know if I'm going to do what I need to do, or I might not do what I need to do. I'll tell you guys, and I go over it all in tomorrow's video, but Poshmark just started implementing 3% cancellation allowance, and they have never had one. And I actually took myself off Poshmark a couple of years ago because I realized I had like a 50% cancellation. I'm like, no, I'm not keeping up with delisting. This is not fair to my buyers. And I took myself off. Well, now that they've implemented it, I am above the 3% because the auto delisters, if you have an offer out on that item, you can't end it on Poshmark, and you have to realize that and end it yourself manually. And so that's why Posh is my highest cancellation. And anyways, I got that, and now I need to cancel another one. And my friend had the same thing happen. And then, like, if I cancel this, they're going to suspend me for 14 days. So I might see if I can, like, get the buyer to pick something else from my closet, maybe, instead of canceling. Like, I'll give them, like, double the value or something. And they also are starting to suspend people for not shipping in 2 days, which previously, like, and even in their policies, it says you have up to 7 days, but they are suspending people that aren't shipping regularly within 2 days. So all of this just started about 3 weeks ago, and they didn't even put out an announcement, is what's kind of annoying. And what frustrates me is they don't have the metrics. You cannot see your cancellation rate on Posh. I had to manually scroll through 3 months of sales, count them, manually count my cancellations so I could figure out what my cancellation rate. Poshmark does not give you that data, but yet they're penalizing you for it. So I'm not too thrilled with it. And like I said, if I do what I need to do, I'm going to get a 14 days. I know I will. Because I'm over, and they're counting back to November, which was before the policy was implemented. And I don't think that's fair either. I think it should start counting when you implemented the policy, not backdate it 3 months. Not that it would make a difference for how I've been doing things, but I just, a lot of it, I don't think is fair. Oh, the worst part, and I don't feel this is legal, they won't let you get your financial reports while you're suspended. So if my accountant wanted to do my taxes right now, my report says I have 0 sales because they like wipe out your whole closet while you're suspended. And it says I've had no sales in 90 days, and it's tax season, people. Like, and so I'm not too thrilled with Posh right now, to say the least. Yeah. Anyways, I just refreshed it. I'm like, oh, my closet's back. That's what brought that up. Becky said, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. She's a YouTube and whatnot live seller mainly. Would people rather see what sold, stores we are shopping, or other types of videos? What gets better traffic?
I don't know what people would rather see, but personally, I prefer to see what sold. That's kind of concrete to me. And I have no idea what gets better traffic because I haven't put any videos out yet.
My light went flying. Whoa.
So personally, I think a lot of people like to see what people are going to flea markets, stores, what they're buying, where they're going. It's just that culture, especially people that can't get out. Yeah.
I want to see it all. But when it comes to social media and growing, you have to have somewhat of a theme. I've tried it before to experience it myself of if I have food content on my thrifting channel and like a vlog, it doesn't work, at least through my experience. So you have to have a niche or a theme per account. And I have that, and it's actually been doing pretty good. When I separated my food account on TikTok from my thrifting, it skyrocketed more than reselling. And it also almost made me wonder or consider like, should I just stop reselling, creating content at least, and just do food? Because I had companies, not just mom and pop, them too, reaching out to me saying, will you work with me? And I'm like, wow, I don't get these things that with reselling, other than we want you to get a commission or if I share their information, and it doesn't work for me. These other people actually, the food companies want to work with me directly and pay me up front and give me free stuff. And I'm like, no, I want to pay for things. I want to be genuine. I want to stay who I am and grow that way. So I would say give yourself enough time to create content. And that doesn't mean a week. For me, a week is not long enough. It has to be a solid month of having a scheduled time and understanding what time frame works for you. For example, on YouTube, my best time frame to get the most views or get a good Kickstarter off would be around 3 to 5 p.m. my time. That tells me a lot of when I look at analytics, a lot of the East Coast people watch me, but also Australia, Canada, and overseas, Europe. Like, it shows you everything. So do you want to go against your own grain, or do you want to follow analytics back to earlier? And it's very simple. It's not hard. One of the best things that I've been using when it comes to analytics, it's a free app on YouTube, YT Studio, YouTube Studio. And that even gives you weekly updates of what your previous week was doing great at and what to improve on. And then it gives you recommendations of other people, people that are similar to you and what they're doing. Usually they're bigger content creators. So it's kind of like guiding you, like be a little bit more like them. But remember to always be yourself. It's just recommendations.
I think Odalali hit the nail on the head, and that's exactly what I was going to say. It depends on the type of audience you build. There are people that want to see all of that. The thing is which people are your people. That is why I separated out my thrifting videos. Personally, I would rather watch what sold. That's why I still do them. The audience for what sold is way more limited than the audience for thrifting, because your typical person will watch people thrifting because they want to see what they're finding, but they have absolutely no interest in knowing what it'll sell for or how to sell that item. So a thrifting channel technically has more potential than a what sold channel, because with a what sold channel, you're only targeting resellers. I have a few followers that are not resellers, but they are few and far between. Mm-hmm. But on the thrifting channel, that's like American pickers, the general population will watch that. And it like Sonny with his cooking channel, that's where like I'm a reseller, but that doesn't mean I like to cook, right? Like, so that's where, and that's what confuses the YouTube algorithm too. If you go too far off, is they don't know who to show your videos to, because there's people for everything. I don't care what it is. Like some stuff's ridiculous. There's people that will watch everything. You just got to find, I think the big thing, like I love my research videos. That's what blew my channel up. So that's kind of become one of my things in addition to my what sold, because I found what my audience likes that I also like making. Now, if I didn't like making them, I wouldn't have continued, because like Sonny said, you have to be genuine. People can tell if you're not being genuine, So you have to find something you like that your audience also resonates with, and do what works for you and your audience.
And even now, look at the storage unit videos. Like ATL flippers were doing those videos. Now I'm seeing all the storage unit videos like popping up, and they like have thousands and thousands of views in just a few hours. People
I
love
think
that.
those from like Storage Wars years ago, you know, like that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
blew up the whole
Yeah.
storage unit thing.
And those
Dude,
videos,
They
I think you could take a, you know, a thrift day, and you could probably split it up into 3 or 4 videos, you know, 4 or 5 shorts. You can make so much more content out of it.
When I
Yeah,
go
and that-
thrifting, I go to 3 stores and I make a video for each store. So it's 3 videos that I'm recording anyways in one day. But like your storage unit viewers are not your thrifting video viewers. That's a different, it's a different audience. Some of it's going to overlap naturally because some resellers cook, you know, so, but like, I think Dave, NC Picker or ADH Dave, his cooking channel also blew up and way overtook his reselling channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, just find.
But I think
what
that's
works
for him,
you.
right? Because not that he's not a chef, but it's his personality, and he's funny,
Yeah,
and
Dave's
you know,
just
it's
wild.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing is you just got to find your audience, or your audience has to find you, right?
Mhm.
Because
And they will find you.
storage videos give me anxiety. Watching, this looks like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark wants to know, what would each of us say our average sales price? I keep coming up with items that are $20 to $25 and wonder if it's worth it after eBay fees.
Okay, so here's where my answer is probably going to be a little bit skewed because of how we do things. As Playmobil sellers that, you know, heavily niche down into that category, my average cost is, I think, somewhere around, or my average sales price is between, I think, $17 and $20. But the thing is, we rarely have, when I say rare, we have a lot of repeat buyers, so that's one thing. And then we have a lot of combined shipping shipments. So even though my average price might be 17 to 20, you know, I'm shipping out a lot of times, you know, orders that have, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items in them, because our buyers are buying multiple things and they're returning and buying multiple things. So that kind of skews it for us. So if you asked me, I would say, yeah, it's absolutely worth it. But my answer is a little bit off probably from what other people's would be, because I'm niche down and I have repeat customers and multiple quantity orders. So
I mean, I think a $20 to $25 average sales price is good. Like I said, I don't really sell high end items. As long as your buy cost is low, mine is usually not more than $5. And for $5, I'm trying to get 50 or above. But generally, you know, I go to the bins. So generally, my cost of goods is between $2 and $5, and free. I find a lot of free stuff. So, yeah.
I think one more thing before Sonny answers. Probably also depends on how many $20 to $25 items are you selling. You know, if you're selling a ton of them, you're probably doing pretty good. That if you decide you don't want to do that much work, maybe you change things.
One of my first 4 years, despite like my big fines of like $1,000, $500, most of my sales were $20 to $25 sales. I was finding that stuff for like $2 or less. Nowadays, I'm finding $20 to $25 items that I could sell on eBay for $5, around $5. So it kind of changes. For me, it would be worth it, because at the same time, you're going to be looking for higher value items. It all comes down to, is it worth it to you what you're putting into it? Or how are you paying $10 in and then selling it for 20? To me, that wouldn't be worth it. I like to do by threes, like multiples of 3 times the profit if possible. That's with eBay. If it's an auction, that's entirely different, because I have different theme shows of jewelry or figurines, glass, and so forth. So as long as the math is mathing for you, go for it. As long as you're not losing or breaking even, it's always about profiting.
So it depends on where, like Sonny was saying. So my average sales price on eBay is $50. And the minimum that I try and get now is $25. I still have stuff that's in there for $3 and $5. So I think it depends on your business model. Like if I bought 100 things for $5, I'm 5 cents into each, $3, and they're easy to list. Like I did a bunch of Harley pins that were like $5 to $15, but I paid $1, and I could front back, and really easy to ship. But I, like, at this point in my business, have employees, I have work comp, I have insurance, I have this, I have that. I have decided that I don't want to do things that are under $25 on eBay. Average sales price on Whatnot is a completely different story because it's selling in a day. So like my salt and pepper shakers have averaged around $7 a piece. I paid between $1 and $2, but I've sold 800 of them this month.
Wow.
So times
Wow.
that. Yeah. And I'm selling an item every 15 seconds. And so like my collectibles, a lot of times that averages $10. But again, same thing. I'm selling them in 15 seconds and I'm not listing them.
That's amazing.
Well, I take one picture of it so we know what to ship, but you have to look at, you know, what is worth it for you. Because when I first started, I was thrilled with $1 into 10 all day long. Even if 50% goes to fees, you're still making $4. And if it's fast and it's worth it to you, then it is. Now, like I spend time on items relative to what they're worth. So we're going to take longer time photographing a $200 item than we are a $20 item.
Right.
And I think you need to look at the amount of time that you put into it. And people might hate me for this. We make sure it's safe, but we're going to double check a $200 item compared to a $20 item. You know, that's when we're talking like double. You're not going to double box a $20 item. Yeah,
Sure.
or I'm not.
Right.
If it breaks, I'm gonna give them $20. You know, and it's more supplies into shipping when you're doing that stuff too. So I think you just have to look at like, is it worth it for you? Because some people make a living selling $3 things. I get it's volume,
Mhm.
volume. So you got to find what works for you. This is a fun question from Odalali. If you had to start over today with $100, no car, what niche would you hit first to get back to $1,000 bankroll the fastest?
Well, if I'm starting over with the knowledge that I have now, I would stay in the exact same niche I'm in with Playmobil because you can buy lots of it online for less than $100, and we know how to split it up. I should say my wife knows. She's the brains of the operation. She knows how to split it up and sell it, and I think we could flip it back to $1,000 pretty quick with the knowledge we have right now, and no car.
$100 and no car. I would. I think I would just. I don't have a niche. I would stay doing what I'm doing. So look, I was telling you. Can you see this?
A flamingo.
It's a jelly cat that sold for $50.
Nice.
And guess what? I found it on the side of the road, and it's light. It ships in 2 seconds. I took 2 seconds to take the pictures. So okay, if I have to niche down, maybe I say plush.
I'll do jewelry.
People overlook plush.
I would invest like in a bulk buy of jewelry and turn it around online and go up as I improve on going back to the same thing, but it would still open up back to an everything reseller.
Yeah, and no car. You just order online and you stay home right in your let everything come to you. Let the post office schedule your pickup. You don't have to leave the house.
Yeah, so for me, I would 100% do jewelry because I can buy lots and have them shipped to my house all day long.
Like 300-pound bags sitting on the porch.
I do it all day long. Yeah, and I mean, like a $100 lot could easily be $1,000. Just one lot, not even having to like repeatedly flip that 100 to get to the 1,000. I like my last jewelry show I did $1,400 on. So I would 100% do jewelry, especially with no car. Okay, this is a two-part. Sapphire said, I know buyers don't read. I sold a vintage frying pan on Etsy recently with photos and description clearly indicating the pan had a lot of wear. They sent me an angry message after they got it about how I'm a crappy sailor and they wouldn't give this pan away. I know this is a rhetorical question, but do you think there's any way else she could have indicated the pan had wear?
Oh, wow. Well, you know, off of the top, there's always the possibility they were fishing for, I don't know how things work on Etsy. They could have been fishing for a partial refund and knew
Mhm.
full well. On my end of it, honestly, I tend to look at things now and I think if I wouldn't want to buy it online, I don't try to sell it online. With a few exceptions, like electronics that, you know, people want for parts and things like that. But uh, yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I don't know what else you could do to make it clear. I don't the Etsy, do they allow videos? Um,
Yeah, they do.
if you can, I think if you can shoot a video and in the video make sure it's clear this pan has a lot of wear, point at it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's the only other thing you can do.
And like you said, they're probably fishing for a partial refund. I would definitely just tell them just send it back. And like, well, I don't know on Etsy, but eBay, I have they can send me I accept refunds, but they have to pay for it back. So if I've had a couple people that tried that, and once I tell them to ship it back, they usually don't.
I feel like if it's a common thing that you're receiving feedback like that, then I would start implementing maybe videos and things. But that one person doesn't, and like they're not what everybody else is thinking. If you have a good stature on your platform and this is a rare one, I would just keep doing what you're doing and just see if there's anything on your end that you may have put in the description that could have made it more clear, maybe that. But I feel like even you asking this question and being vulnerable, that you did everything you could. Sometimes there's just bad customers out there that Brad said are fishing for a refund and had every intentions for it, and they come at you aggressively ask rather than saying it's a little bit worse than what you recommended. You know, would you mind considering, you know, a little refund on your end? It's all about the attitude and how you come at somebody.
So for me, I've had stuff like this, and I'll say after getting some messages like this, I've looked at stuff a second time and not bought it to resell because I'm like, ugh, because of how it looks. If it's cast iron or something that could be restored, and not to take their side, because if you photograph it, you show it, they should expect that, period, in the
Mhm.
story. So I don't think there's any other way that you could have indicated the wear. But I will say that again, I like when I get stuff like this, that makes me think twice the next time I say find that same pan with that amount of wear, and I'm like, do I really want to sell this like this, you know? And some stuff I passed up after some comments like this and not got them because of that. So I don't think there's anything else you could have done. Some people don't pay attention, some people don't read, and some people you're never going to make happy no matter what you do. So yeah. Flowers says, I just started listing on eBay the first of this year, made my first sale today. I'm in shock at my earnings. I paid for a label, promoted. So my question to you is, did you do free shipping? That is one question that I would want answered. And fees. So she's asking any advice. Oh, I see sorry, I forgot all your daggum super chats. I'm way behind. I will get them after this. I just saw them.
Yeah, this is a hard question to answer without having way more information. I will say this: my son's girlfriend was signed up and was going to sell something on eBay, and she sold it, and she was shocked after she made her first sale that, you know, how much the fees and all that were. So I would just say this: I would say don't judge eBay or your experience on it by, you know, your first sale. You know, you got to stick with it. You got to learn the platform, and you'll start figuring out what works. But just keep showing up. If you keep showing up, eventually you're going to win or go bankrupt. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Brad 100%. You just got to, you got to make a few mistakes before you figure out what price you want to be at where you're making the money that you're looking to make.
I know on my phone when I was listing on eBay just a few months ago last year, At the very bottom when I'm using my phone, I don't know if you're using your computer or not, or your phone. I use an iPhone, to my phone, and at the bottom it would put at the bottom it would have click this for this much percentage of your listing to list it, right? And I thought that was very odd and peculiar, that where it's common to list your items on eBay using a phone, the app, that right at that spot that you're so familiar of moving your fingers on, that right there would be to add a promoted listing, and then you click yes. So
Convenient.
that may have been a mistake for it, and I would have to scroll a little bit further because it caught me twice. And the first time I thought, oh, it wasn't nothing, but it was something a little off. The second time I actually did it, and I was like, oh, it got me, and I had to scroll up just a little bit further. So I like that Lissette did say you have to make mistakes. You're not going to be perfect, and the mistakes are going to help you. Like it's a positive because you're not going to do it again. You just have to figure out what you are listing and where you're clicking on to not make that same mistake. But if there's something that's out of the ordinary, because I've had things where it had a promoted listing or less, I got an item on eBay sold that I didn't have that price at. It was actually way less that it sold for on eBay, and I would message them saying, this is not the price that I had this for. I know that for a fact, and they would look into it, and nothing really ever happened. But there's always some little twitchy stuff happening throughout all the platforms because of updates.
Yeah, and this is why we always say, like, you make your money on the buy. And I think a lot of new sellers don't take things into account. I figure 50% is gone when I'm buying something.
Right.
So, like, if you paid $40 to sell something for 80, you're not going to make hardly anything. You might make $15 in reality, but you need, like, you make your money on the buy. That's why I try and be 10 to 20% max, unless I'm on, a $300, $400, $500 item. Then I'll pay more, because dollar wise, it's going to be profit. Percent wise, it's not going to be much profit, but dollar wise, it will. So I would say just watch your buying. Hey, I had that too. Said popping in to say, hey, we'll get some different ones. Did I do my octopus? I didn't do my octopus. I don't think. Maybe I did. I'll do the whip. Mark. Oh, Mark sent the wrong amount. So he sent a $2 super chat and a $5 super chat.
Is Kat frozen to everybody else, or just
Am I frozen?
Yes.
Oh.
You have like
Yes, you are.
the straightest,
Yes.
forwardest
Can
face.
you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
We can hear
Let
you.
Let me play the super chat, and then I'll put a question up and you can read it. Where's Rod? Hold on. There
Thank
we
you
go.
guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time.
Am I still
Rod?
frozen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sonny, we did that one. Sonny, read that, and I'll leave and come back.
Okay. A disclaimer, my computer just froze like 2 minutes ago. I can't click on anything on my end, like drag or move windows. So hopefully this, Brad, if I'm gone, then you're next. And then
Okay.
after you is Lissette, okay?
I got it.
Gypsy Soul 69. Hey everyone, question. If I'm starting out on eBay and whatnot, should I go ahead and sign up with List Perfectly from the start so I have those inventory features, or wait until I'm ready to cross post? I love reading stuff.
Yeah. So I would wait until I was ready to cross post, and I'll tell you why. I think you want to learn the platforms that you're going to be on, eBay and whatnot. And one of the things that's going to happen with all the add-ons that you start doing with reselling is you can nickel and dime yourself to death pretty quick. So before you even get to the cross posting part, I think you want to get there pretty quickly, probably, but you probably need to learn the platforms before you start trying to add on. I'm assuming LP is List Perfectly.
That's what I assumed too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So I think
We'll start with Vendu now. Sorry.
I do Vendu, by the way. So I've done both. I do Vendu at the moment.
Vendu. I have to. Yeah, I have to. I'm team Vendu. But yeah, I agree with Brad 100%. Try try to control those costs as much as possible. I would say if you have maybe more than 50 items to 100 items and you looking to do that, I would say then that would probably be a good place to start. This way, you know, you don't want to get too far ahead. That's a good way to control your inventory. So, it will help you in the long run. Hi, Archie.
I feel like if you want to dive into it and you know it's not just a moment that you're gonna dive in, and later on you're like, oh man, I should have grabbed my floaties before I jumped in the water. If you know you're gonna be doing this for a long run, I would say go ahead and do it. But Kat does have an affiliate link. If you haven't signed up already with List Perfectly, you could get it for I believe I don't know if she still has it, but that's a great way to start where you could start off with something free. I will tell you the first time I used List Perfect, I've never used Vendo. I haven't used it, but I did use List Perfectly for some time, and I just let go of every platform. I let go of my eBay store. I just wanted to see how good my listings were, and there was a significant difference, and it wasn't a positive one. I still made good sales. I got a $28 average sale up to $40, up to $58 for several months before I just stopped listing because of the whole hospital stuff. And I feel like it helps to have a cross posting. It cuts time. It's one thing that we all cannot beat because it never ends. It never stops for anybody. So I feel when you're getting up to a certain amount of items, I'm just gonna say maybe 50. When you're at 50 and you know you have more inventory coming in and you don't want to do one platform raw from beginning to end, a cross-posting platform would definitely help you cut time. And that's what you are investing in: convenience, what makes sense, and you still at the same time get to learn about, say, for example, eBay. Is that making more sense to focus on compared to, say, Poshmark or Mercari? Because they're not the same for everybody. It's weird how we could have nearly identical things on different platforms, but somebody else like Brad could be much better, you know, on another platform to me, even if we have the same things. It just doesn't play that way. Right. Different eyes, different customers. I think Lissette said that earlier. I cannot, oh my gosh, I just said it too when Kat left. Marcia, are you able to click on another question? I can't click on anything. It's like just froze.
While she's answering that, I can't switch it back and forth between the chats on my computer because it's freezing up for some reason tonight. But it's Tutu's Attic Las Vegas. Is that Biscuit Butt?
No, Tutu's Attic Las Vegas is Amy.
Okay, I was seeing people saying "Hey Archie" in the chat on my phone here.
Biscuit Butt is Archie. Yeah.
There you go.
What's up, Archie? Love you, brother.
All right, Rip Rock 88. Hey, thank you for being in here. Question for Brad: is there a Play Mobile bolo that we need to look for? Also, are you using your computer webcam? It's crispity.
I'll answer the webcam. I'm not using my computer's webcam. I'm using a Logitech C920. It's kind of a low-cost webcam you can add on to a laptop or a desktop. It's like $40. The bolo question, my wife's like, don't give them the best ones. I would say I'll give you two that you'll be able to remember. There's a white albino circus elephant. It's just a white elephant with red eyes, and it has like the blue headpiece and stuff like that. If you see that one, grab it. It'll sell by itself for around 80-ish. So if you can find it with the stuff on it, you might get a little more for it, depending on the condition. And then another bolo is Civil War Playmobil, specifically like if you find the Confederate soldiers, those actually sell pretty well. So there's two little bolos that you should be able to remember with Playmobil.
Hold on. Okay, let's see. Titchy treasures once, Kevin. That doesn't happen often. All right. And I don't know. I have it back on my house internet. I don't know what is. I think the cold is jacking things up. Florida doesn't like 20-degree weather. All right. Here is Kevin. Thank you. I'm putting my fuzzy socks on. It's cold
Kat,
out
look,
here.
look. It's 8 degrees now.
Oh dear Lord, no. Oh, my heater's on and I'm still freezing out here. Let's see. Did we do this one, Sonny? Did you erase the ones you did? Did you
Yeah,
do this
that
one?
Marcia, I can't click on anything.
We did that one though.
Oh, really? You can't click
Yeah.
on anything? Okay.
Yeah, my computer's missing.
I'll answer this real quick. I would start initially and then you don't have any backlog of stuff to do. Like if you know that you're going to be using it a lot, I would start it initially. Marcia put the link. The link for the free month is only good for 3 more days, guys, just so you know. For the free month. It's only good till the end of January. And I've been using it so much for eBay to whatnot with my license plates and stuff, and I love it. And like the buyers loved that it was cataloged. That's not going to make me catalog other stuff, so don't think that. But when it's coming from eBay to whatnot, I'm perfect. Like I love that I can copy my pictures over. Brad answered his. I saw. This is funny. How many platforms have I been suspended from? All of them, except Etsy. Etsy's the only one I've been and when I say suspended, it's like the temporary, like they slap your hand and 24 hours you're suspended. eBay I think starts with 24, then it's 3 days. I've never had like the 30-day or the longer ones. It's been like Veros on eBay where I didn't see the first warning, like I didn't see the message and I listed that same like brand again and then I got hit. Mine was Mary Kay. And then Facebook, I am permanently banned from selling license plates on there. They do not allow it. All the other platforms do. Facebook Marketplace does not. They permanently banned me for that. Mercari, I don't even remember. Mercari was some BS and it made me mad. And I actually quit selling on Mercari for like 6 months.
I remember.
And then I went back and they did apologize. It would like Mercari was an unfounded suspension. It was like not something that was my fault that I had to fight. And then Poshmark now, because they put in the 3% cancellation rate. So yeah, almost, I think honestly, with time, like if you do this long enough, it could happen to anyone. And
Especially
not
with
even
how
like
much you put out.
right. And I list tons of stuff, which makes me have way more opportunities to break the rules, so to speak. Like I read different rules on Etsy as far as like hunting knives. I read that it could do it, but and then Etsy took my listings down. So I just quit putting them there. But when I read their policies, my understanding was they could be. So my knives now only go on eBay and whatnot because Poshmark does not allow knives either. So it's just little stuff like that along the way, especially as an everything seller, like I haven't sold a ton of knives. So that was just learning. And now I know they can only go on eBay and whatnot. That the other platforms don't like it, but it just takes time. Chad says his wife says that he's cheap, but he's not buying it. Ha ha ha. If I didn't just give Kevin, I would give Kevin again. Here, we'll give you Tim. We haven't played Tim in forever. Tim over the years doesn't believe in dinosaurs, if you guys don't know what that is about.
Yes,
so that's kind of a jab. That's a jab at him.
Tim's my guy. I love him.
It was awesome.
Choo Choo's Addict says, eBay just sent me a message, get 15 off ad fees to boost your visibility, must sell by 3/31/26. I want to know if this is, and if it, tell me if you read in there, Choo Choo, and anybody else, is this on regular promoted fees or is this the click promoted fee? Because I get the click promoted one all the time, but they offer me 100.
Yeah, I did get a very similar message. I didn't even look if it was $15 or whatever, but it is for the pay-per-click. It's not for the promoted standard or anything like that. So
yeah, I think they've been doing that since they brought it out over a year ago. I have that get $100 on top of my seller overview all the time. So that's not the same thing. And I mean, personally, I think the people that are bucking that system are only hurting themselves. Go ahead and cancel all your promoted fees. I'll gladly take your sales. Feel free.
Right.
That's my opinion on that.
Yeah.
Marcella says, I saw on a very popular reseller's eBay store, they have a high initial price on an item, slash it to 50% off on the entire store. I think she's saying, what do you think? Not what do I think?
So this is something that I've done on an item that I didn't know I didn't have a good comp on, but if they're doing it on the entire store, it doesn't sound like that's what they're doing. I don't think that's my personal opinion is that's just not smart. You want to price it where the market is and then work from there. But that's my personal thinking on it. If it's not really going to sell at that price, don't try to, why bother? Unless they're just doing that and then having to going back and comping later or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a waste of time to me. Just list it at the price that you want to sell it for.
Yeah.
And again, it's when how much you buy it for that really matters. So,
Yeah, I think that's would be better for an actual customer point of view than a reseller view, because it doesn't make sense to have it that high and then cut off as a seller, which we are.
But a lot of
It
sellers do
immediately
that.
makes me wonder what's wrong with it, and I'm going to look for something else. If it's that good, 50% off, I'm curious to see what other people have it as and what makes it, it throws me off more than anything. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago where I personally gave a good deal to a friend I was selling all these toys at this pop-up shop. And when he came around, I just thought being buddy to buddy that I would give him a really good deal. And he immediately told me that's too much. Like, now I'm not interested because the value's gone for how he came at it as a customer. So it is Kellium. It's very gimmicky. It feels like there's a catch to it, and I don't like that.
It's what all these stores do. Old Navy, all of them, they jack up the price and then they put it at 50% off.
It was me, and that was me for 4 years. I think like a year and a half ago took my sale off. I didn't do 50%, but I did. I marked everything up 30%, and I ran a constant 30% off sale. And I was so scared to stop it because I've been doing it for years. It was working for me. But like Marsha's saying, it's a false deal to make it look like you're getting a deal. But like Lissette said, like Old Navy and them are doing it. And what finally was kind of the stopper, and I said it a couple times before I actually stopped doing it myself. Like when you go into an antique mall and you see 50% off and you go in and you realize that they did exactly that, they've marked it up and their 50% off is really like what it should be priced at. And like, I got so irritated with that so many times, and I'm like, I'm doing the same thing, but on eBay. And so finally I would have to calculate all the prices. So I'm like, okay, I need to mark it up 30% because I'm going to put the sale on. So now I do 50% off sales, but my 50% off sales are true 50% off sales on items I've had over a year that I am letting go. Yeah. So if you see 50% on my stuff, it's a true like half off. I'm letting it go. Now, but 3 years ago, that was not the case. And I mean, I didn't like that at Boost, so that's why I stopped. But for me, it wasn't necessarily to make them feel like they were getting a deal. I felt like the sale helped the algorithm, for the items to be seen more. So for me, it was more that, because I would still offer the big percents on top of that sale because I knew it wasn't a true sale. But now when I'm running a 50% off and it's a true sale, I'm sending 5% because I'm already giving a true 50% off sale.
Right.
So
as far as the algorithm goes too, I don't really know how much it benefits. I think the algorithm's probably still going to show the best price to the customer a lot of times, maybe, depending on how they have their settings.
It depends on how you sort. I sort lowest price plus shipping first, because I don't care if they're doing free shipping or if they're doing calculated. I just want to know, total cost in, what is the cheapest thing that I can get? But yeah, so like
Wouldn't this be
again, mine are true sales when I send that.
Yeah. Wouldn't this be where we would love to know what the actual algorithm is so we could
Yeah,
all
and we're
hack it?
never gonna know. Like we're never gonna.
Yeah. No, I completely
I
understand
don't
what
even
you were
know if
talking
they know.
about.
They probably plug data points
Right.
in, and it's like
Yeah.
so complicated that like no person really knows it.
What you're talking about
Yeah,
was something
and
that was a big thing like a few years back. Though. A lot of people talking about sales and eBay boosting, sales based on, running sales and stuff like that. And so I think everybody was trying to find those kind of hacks. Like, how can I still get the price I need to get out of it, but also take advantage of running the sale and yada, yada. So,
yeah,
Fake news, yeah.
Mike. Well, that's like the free shipping thing. Like I've thought about like trying free shipping on my jewelry. We talked about this last week, but I think the consensus was not to, because like the higher dollar items, the higher dollar sales, those buyers are willing to pay shipping. They don't really care. Did we say like which Lissette, you're on Posh,
Yes.
eBay.
Posh, eBay. Well, I'm going to put eBay first now. eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and whatnot.
How are you doing on Depop?
So Depop, I'm still, so I lost my original account because I had stopped it for a while. So I'm just starting it back up. So I'm really not, but I have a lot of vintage that I know does well there. So I'm starting there.
I'm asking because I started and I didn't get the sales, but when it shows you similar items sold, they were all super cheap, and I felt like maybe my items are too high priced for Depop. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, but just filter because I'm telling you, there's some stuff there that sells like you just wouldn't believe, and I feel like especially your vintage jewelry would do really well there.
That's what I listed, and it wasn't, but there were a lot of people selling it like too cheap. Who are you waving at, Sonny? Oh, Mark, I see. Let's see.
Yeah, you jumped out earlier, and I was telling people I can't click on anything or chat. I could see the live, obviously, and hear y'all, but I can't touch anything.
So like you, Brad, are you just eBay?
no, we do Poshmark and Mercari, and we have our own site, Playmobil. But honestly, with our niche, like the trends that we see on eBay are the exact same trends for us. We have on Mercari and on Poshmark. We have lots of repeat customers, and they buy multiple items, and it's just a thing for what we specifically do with the used Playmobil. So,
Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, I would like to know on the panel. Like, let me hold on. I want to pull up my numbers because I'm really on the fence about whether or not to keep listing on Mercari. And like, let me look at like I'll look at the last 90 days just to give it more. Like, well, it's 3.5% of my sales, but it's $3,300. But that's compared, like eBay in that same amount of time is $56,000 compared to $3,000. So
are you cross posting everything? Are you cross posting everything to Mercari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for higher dollars, since I got screwed by somebody's AI broken pictures.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's becoming a thing, isn't it?
Out of $500. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
So would you keep, if it was 3% of your sales, would you keep listing on that platform? When you have like that's from 90 days. I'm going to pull up a year because I think it's just as low.
Wow. I don't know. That would be
3.61% over a year.
Yeah. I mean, considering.
But that's $10,000.
Right. Well, is it paying for the work that it costs to put it there? I guess is the big question. And if that's a yes, then
So,
Maybe
well,
so.
I mean, each listing's probably what, like 10, 15 seconds to click and put on a different platform once you've already priced it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
And you have auto
every
delist,
6 listings
so
takes a
yeah,
minute.
it's worth it.
For me, it probably
You
would be, but like I do use Vendu. I switched over to Vendu at the beginning of last year, and like I have like an unlimited plan, and it's like $600 for the whole year. So
Yeah.
if I clear that, and then enough to justify having paid that price, then yeah, I guess I keep doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
just
It's a
like
tough question.
Depop, but that's the same thing with Depop. So I saw 3 sales in a month and I stopped. So like, do you keep, like pushing? And I don't know if it's like eBay where like for us, we're like, keep listing, keep listing, keep listing. But for me, where I've got good sales on other platforms, I'm like, do I want it to? And Vinted logs you out every time you like click off the website, and I kept having to log back in, and I'm like, I am over this.
I got
And
banned.
so
I got banned from Vinted.
see, look, I haven't done that yet. I did get banned from Grailed or Depop. I don't even remember which one of them. But I didn't even sell anything. I had only listed like 10 items and they banned me because they thought I was a scammer.
They don't
I
like these sellers.
haven't been paying any attention to all the ins and outs of Poshmark, even though I do sell there. Do they still have the, like, if you're delisting items that have been listed for less than, what is it, 30 days or 60 days or
Yes,
something?
they'll put you in timeout. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I just put them not for sale. I don't delist it. I put it not for sale, and then I'll delete it.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah. I mean, the
legitimate hack.
customer service on any of these platforms leaves a lot to be desired, you know?
Oh, Macari's the worst.
Oh, Bonanza.
Oh my
Jack
God,
says he wants to cross list on Mercari and Etsy, the cheapest cross lister that has D-list. I don't think Nifty offers D-list, do they?
Oh,
I don't know anybody. Vendu at your 600 a year, is it delisting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's and it has all the, the delist, relist, all the bells and whistles.
And
Do
it
they
shares,
have the Posh sharing and the Posh offers and all of that too?
Yeah,
and
Macari offers, Posh
refreshes,
offers,
it
eBay offers.
refreshes Depop, eBay. I mean, eBay offers. It refreshes Macari, I think. Macari and Depop, I think.
Yeah. And you can
Yeah.
only get that $600 if you pay for the year in advance.
A year.
So, yeah, you
Yeah.
get a better rate doing it that way.
I don't think LP has come out with like the year discount yet. I should ask. Well, Trish will be here, so I'll have to ask her. All right. What's better? Todd wants to know, Sonny. Or no, dogs, cats, or Sonny. You have to pick between dogs, cats, or Sonny.
And why?
Oh, God.
Sell it to me. You got to convince me, the Sonny.
Dogs, cats. Okay. I think dogs are more lovable. Cats are smarter. So it depends on what you're looking for. Do you just want somebody who's dumb who will love you? Or do you want somebody smart who, if they love you, it really means something?
Oh, always Sunny. Always Sunny. He's my hair brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Sonny. Now I got to answer the question. So it's dog, cats, or Sonny. Okay, I didn't see the rest of the question. Wow. Sonny's both lovable and smart, so I'm going to go with Sonny.
Sunny for me.
We got to say
Then
Sonny for the
dogs
win.
and then cats. Sorry, I'm a dog person.
I don't feel like cats are smart if they need 9 lives. The smart ones have 1 life.
Our cat's like that raptor on Jurassic Park, where that old dude's like saying, "You can see they're working things out in their head." That guy. Cats are like that. You can just see when they're looking at you, they're scheming.
I love dogs. We have one. Tip is more popular, if I'm even popular than I am. But he doesn't have thumbs. He can't open up a bottle for you if you want to drink. Can't open up the car door or the house door. So I'm gonna go with Sonny. He has thumbs.
We got a really old German Shepherd she's just getting very temperamental in her old age, and so she's becoming hard to deal with. So
we have a German Shepherd. It's my daughter's dog, but my daughter, I didn't tell you, Kat. My oldest daughter is in Cyprus near Greece. She's been there since October. She's coming back.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so my son is taking care of her German Shepherd. He's Sarge is 4 years old, 120 pounds, my baby.
All right, what are we giving Todd? Let's do the eagle. Here we
go. He wanted the crocodile. It was under it.
What crocodile? Me with the crocodile? Okay. It's an alligator. Not pointy, round.
Still scary
as
hell. Can't stand him.
I'll ask. I got Nice.
What's your question, Brad? I had already clicked it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was wondering, are you switching anything up this year, doing anything different, or are you going to hit one platform harder than another, or
I'm hitting Whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm hitting Whatnot. And I don't think. Oh, it is showing up on here. So and this is hard because again, I hate I don't want people to think it's bragging because I am never not working if I'm awake 90% of the time. But I've done $38,000 this month in sales.
Wow.
And I love List Perfectly sales and analytics tab. That's my favorite place to go. So eBay is almost 19,000. Whatnot is 11,000. Etsy's almost 6,000. Posh is 2. Mercari's 800. And Depop $40 for the win. So here's the funny thing. So I was so proud because I've cleared out so much. I scheduled 9 shows in a row. I had to cancel Saturday. I had a migraine, and then Monday again. The weather going from 20 to 80 in Florida is kicking my butt. So I had to reschedule my linen show from yesterday too. And but I've been doing 5 shows a week on Whatnot just to move stuff out, and I was so proud. And then, like I said, I thought all my Whatnot inventory had come out of my spare bedroom until I had somebody come over to clean it yesterday, and now all of that stuff I moved out, if I look left, is now all filled up again. Most of it is linens. Because I love the linen. So I think I bought 1,500 salt and pepper shakers, 500 in the first batch, 1,000 in the second, and I'm down to about 300 left. So I have 2 more shows of salt and pepper shakers, and they will be gone. But it's not a death pile because it was stuff I intentionally bought for Whatnot. I bought linen lots for Whatnot. So it wasn't bought for eBay. It was bought for Whatnot. But so after the salt and peppers, it's probably going to be hitting the linens because that's what I have the most of again. And I keep my jewelry. I keep my jewelry going because that's my favorite thing. But I'm trying to clear out. I have a whole barn full of house clean outs, 2 house clean outs I did that I haven't been able to get to the stuff. And some of it is going to be ruined because that's not a climate controlled area. But the collectibles, glass, the non-porous stuff should be fine. The next license plate show, I think I have one scheduled for Thursday, Mike. Mike bought some license plates from our license plate show. So that's another thing, as my goal was to get my store down to 5,000. I was almost at 9,000. Now I'm down to 8,400 because I'm in, I ended I've ended over 100 license plates. I think I still have about 100, 150 more. So we probably only have 2 more license plate shows too. And then I'll be able to start going out to the barn and getting some of, but I don't even know what's in there because there were 4 of us loading up a clean out and I didn't even see, like, so I haven't even seen the majority of the stuff. I don't even know what's in there. That's what's so bad. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Kelly bought some license plates too. Let's see. We had a few questions come in. We can grab real quick. Mike's second question. Do you think shipping is as easy on the other platforms as eBay?
Honestly, like Poshmark's irritating because you have to resize the label. At least Macari's got that right now. I mean, there's nothing really hard about any of it, I don't guess, but yeah, I would say it's probably just as easy. The only thing I don't like in Macari, and I think Poshmark are both like this, is like on Macari, like on eBay, you can see the person's name and the person's address. On Macari, when you print it out, you don't, or the actual page doesn't show their address. You have to print the label out to see their address, and for somebody who's anal about it like me, I like to see the name and everything on the list, on the actual sales page, so I know I'm putting the right label on the right thing, and I'm always double checking it. It bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, you could click into the email to pain in the butt, but definitely know what you mean. I would say, actually, for me, I think Poshmark is the easiest. I mean, I started on Poshmark. The shipping was easy. The shipping kept me from eBay for years until finally, I got over it, and they're all pretty easy. And Depop, someone had a question for the Depop shipping. It's actually it's pretty self-explanatory. It's not hard at all.
They just have like small, medium, large on Depop.
Yeah,
so just simple. You don't want heavier items, or I think you can do your own shipping on Depop.
Yeah, you could do your own. Yeah, you could do your own. Yeah,
for the bigger items, you have to ship on your own on Depop.
And honestly, YouTube is your best friend. If you have a problem with just about anything on any of these platforms, just Google it, watch a YouTube video or 2, and it'll walk you through it.
Yeah, I guess Poshmark is pretty easy because if it's under 5 pounds, and it's basically the same thing. But I don't know. Yeah,
it's pretty.
When we finish this, I do have one more question, Kat.
Sonny, do you think that it's easier, like that the other platforms are easy?
I've only been on Whatnot since September and not on anything else. And I freaking love Whatnot's shipping operation going on, because my last show, which I'm sure Kat has more of, say, one customer that buys multiple things, but just yesterday I had one person buy 18 items. And if you did that shipping cost per item, say $5, it didn't come out to $5 times 18. It came out to like a priority cost of $9.21 flat rate cost. And I think that's freaking amazing. I wish these other platforms would kind of follow up or get the same contract deal with their shipping programs. I think if these platforms figure out,
you just have to be careful on Whatnot. If you go over a 12 by 12 by 12 box, like people are getting charged like 60, 80. One of my surcharges, if we would have done it the way we did, I actually had to cancel the sale. The shipping surcharge was $130 and it was a $150 item. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
You do have to be, that's a valid.
Whatnot doesn't give you the option to put oversized. They only give you a weight option, is what sucks.
Which is why you should know your inventory and how it works. Because mine was jewelry. It wasn't going to take a lot of space for it, and I was able to fill it up. But if these programs or platforms are able to figure out their shipping somewhat like Whatnot, even a percentage closer to it, they're going to end up getting more sales and people, resellers, selling more items and more customers.
Well, even like Posh too, same thing. I think if they pass that shipping deal that I'm sure they're getting on to the buyers and the sellers, they would make more sales. So I don't understand why. Like, if I'm trying to buy something heavy, like as a savvy buyer, I'm going to go to a Poshmark because I'm only going to pay $7 to ship it, where I paid $20-something on eBay. I think eBay, eBay and Etsy are the hardest for shipping. I think all your other platforms are way, way easier.
Mhm.
I don't do any of like my own shipping. I do all mine. Like I print their labels. I like their labels. Like it's easy. Like for Whatnot, we put the username, and then for eBay, we put the zip code on the packages when we like pack them, so we can print all the labels at once. Yeah, and Depop is just small, medium, large, and you print it. So yeah, I think the other platforms are easier.
Yeah.
All right, this will be the last one, and then we'll say bye. Constance wants to know, Lissette, do you have an opinion on why Poshmark is irritating so many resellers?
I mean, Poshmark is just trying to do too much right now. They're scrambling because their sales are low, because they're not promoting our stores, our closets. I don't know what the heck is going on, really. So the shipping is about the best thing they did. That now they take ground shipping. We do ground shipping, but we get free supplies that way. That's great. But other than that, I feel like we're going to be hearing people complaining even more over the next few months with all these suspensions.
I think
and
people are going to get kicked off. So if they want more sales, they're kicking off all these sellers.
Right. And they're going to be left with nothing. Like, it's silly of them to do that. And the live selling, I never, it's not like Whatnot, where it's more of a supportive thing for the sellers. There's just so many reasons. I really am very disappointed with Poshmark. So
yeah, I'm not.
It used to be my top. Now it's no.
Did anybody get this? Lisa said a message about an anti-scraping policy. Brad says he knows. Tell us what is this?
Yeah, so that has more to do with developers who are making apps or things connected to eBay and using the eBay API on the back end. And it's just a policy that says that you can't like scrape proprietary information from eBay, that they are closely held secrets to them. And if you do so, you're
it's
gone.
like programming back end stuff.
Yeah. Probably it's more so with people who are using eBay's API to create, like, well, for example, like the List Easier app or something like that. It's like it's very, very controlled. Like you can do these things with the app, but you are not allowed to try to use AI to scrape information from eBay that you haven't been given permission to have. So yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's never going to affect regular sellers. So.
Oh, what was your question, Brad?
Oh, yeah. So a few weeks back, I was on the show. I was wondering, so, with the rise of the AI listers like List Easier, I know you're using List Perfectly, and don't they have like some form of AIs, like, was it Express Lister? Yeah, I use a little bit. All right. So with List Easier, like, it's combing like the entire internet, and it's coming up with the most search engine optimized listing titles, blah, 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 so forth. Do you know if List Perfectly is just scraping information from List Perfectly to make those listings, or do you know where that information is coming from?
They got to be searching the whole internet, because like it'll come up with like a brand and like even like years for jewelry. It'll come up with like the type of stone. So I mean, and it does it like across everything. Like if I don't know what's in my drafts right now, just to like give.
While you're looking at, the reason I was asking is because I was having to make the decision, like, am I going to go with Vendu for another year? Because List Perfectly is quite a bit higher for the auto delist and all that. But you also get the AI listing. So I was trying to determine if I use like.
I think the AI listing makes it like, I'll share my screen real quick and just for like a minute. So like, can you guys see? Yeah. So if you see here, like this is all jewelry, but look, sterling silver, turquoise, inlay cuff bracelet. It picked up the weight from my scale picture, handcrafted design, adjustable. Like this one, it picked up the signature, K Billa. Like I'm not typing that at all. It's picking up the signature from the jewelry and putting the brand there. Let's see what else is on here. Like, look, 1978 Baron Bronze parachute wings. Like, I wouldn't have known that was parachute wings
All right.
Right.
on that
I wouldn't.
buckle. And this is all ones. This is all. I haven't touched these.
Yeah, I was trying to make what I was doing is I was trying to
Oh.
make a business. I was trying to make a business decision. Am I going to use Vendu and an AI lister, or will list perfectly for roughly the same
Do it
price?
all.
Do it all in one, and that was kind of where I was trying to. I made a business decision, and I'm stuck for another year now. So
So
There
Brad,
was.
do you have an Android
ahead,
or do you have iPhone?
no iPhone.
Oh, because with Android, I use Gemini, like because we have the AI on Vendu, but I don't. It's for me, it's just not enough. It doesn't give enough information. But I
Yeah.
found
That's
that
like
the
list
Gemini-
perfectly's is like, yeah, I've been using Gemini a lot.
Gemini is really
Um,
good. I mean, it really comes up with great
But like
keywords.
that's doing it all automatic. Like we just load the pictures in and it creates a whole listing. Like with
Right.
Gemini, I have to type what I'm wanting. Like if I want a title or if I want a description.
Right.
So
yeah, I only
like,
use that one for like higher end, like higher
yeah.
value.
I used to like I quit using Photo Room because of their increase in pricing. And like there was another one that contacted me. They were actually out of the UK. It was an AI lister. And I liked it, but they didn't have yeah, you can use if you've not have you used LP? If you haven't, you can use my thing and try the AI Express lister for free for a month.
I used
if
it
you
when I
haven't
had
used-
it, and it works great. It really does. Is it still
Yeah.
just like trying to get the info in the first 5 pictures, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But the company from the UK, I think theirs is really expensive. We never got into pricing just because it wouldn't like have fit into my business anymore. But their AI creates just for you. So it learns only from your listings and learns your item and looks at what you're changing in the title. Like it was very in-depth, but I think it was very expensive. And they could only do eBay, and there was one other platform. It wasn't even another platform I used. And I'm like, so basically, if I had this creating this, I'd have to put it into eBay, then put it into List Perfectly, and then put it to other. Like it just didn't make sense for me. Even though like I like the thought of the AI only learning me and what I'm changing on those titles. And I'm sure we're going to get to that with all of this eventually. Like it's going to, because like Gemini, Chat GPT, they learn, they know what you're wanting. You have to say less and less because they know what you've been asking them. Like me for like my titles and descriptions, like I can put like 2 words. But it's all going to get smarter. So my answer would be, I think that like, that's why I was asking about the offers and stuff, because I use so many different features of LP, and like the sales and analytics I am in love with. That way I can see, and I tell everybody, like, I haven't used other stuff because I've been with them. I'm happy with them. I have no reason to jump ship. So I don't, have that comparison. Oh, Oda Lally, you can get a Gemini app on the iPhone. Just FYI. All right, let me make Brad and Lissette big to tell you guys bye, and then me and Sonny will tell you what we got going on. So here's Brad.
Hey, thanks guys for stopping in. Appreciated hanging out with you. You can catch me most Thursday nights on Chris over at Buck Mountain Barnes channel. We hang out there, and if you want to find us on YouTube, it's just Black Sheep Society. You might have to dig a bit to find it. Marsha's got it in the chat. Same on Instagram. And if you want to look us up on eBay just to see what we're doing, look up Black Sheep Boutique.
Perfect. Here's Lissette.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate you all being in the chat. And this was fun. And I am New England Betty Boop in all the places. Come check me out. I have a few videos here and there, but nowhere specific. Live reselling should be coming back in another month or so. And yeah, that's about it.
Perfect. Sonny, what's going on?
Just Whatnot show tomorrow, after tomorrow. And then in a few days, I'm going to try something new after that. Kids clothing, like toddler sizes, things like that. I got a pretty good deal on a massive amount, all new with tags, and we'll see how that goes. I haven't done kids clothes, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, Marsha was talking about doing kids clothes. I don't know if she ever like went through with that. I have collectibles tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. I have a few preview pictures up. There's like amazing hourglass. There's a lot of nice stuff that I'm going to be pulling from. And then Thursday's license plates. Friday is jewelry again from this new estate. It's been nice higher end stuff. Next week, my reseller genie. So if you have all of the questions about programs and accounting and like all of that stuff, my reseller genie will be here with us next week, and Titchy Farm Treasures as well. So super excited about that. My video tomorrow is my what sold, and again, I talk a little bit about Posh and getting put in jail and my thoughts on that. I'm now out of jail. If I cancel the order I need to cancel, I'll be back in jail. So we will see, but thank you so much, Brad, Lissette, for coming on, Sonny for coming back. I appreciate
Shout out
you.
Marsha.
Yes,
Shout out
follow
Marsha.
Marsha.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Marsha.
she's putting out content. Give her a
She's putting
follow.
out content now, 2 videos a week. So give Marsha a follow. She helps us a lot. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.